Let's understand this thing called fight, flight, freeze. What are these? You see, when a small animal is faced with a slightly bigger animal, now this small animal can do one of three things. It can either fight back, or if that animal opposite is bigger, then the small animal can take flight. It can run away. Now suppose this small animal and there is a much bigger and more powerful animal outside. Now what does this little animal do? It's too small to fight back. It cannot run away, so flight is also not possible. So it does the next thing, freeze. This is nature. What nature does is, it puts this little animal into a state which resembles death, frozen state, freeze. So now two things can happen. Either that big animal will come and kill this small animal, that's okay. Or else what happens is that big animal may for some reason spare this animal. In the animal kingdom also, if there is no hunger, then there is no need to kill. And so that bigger animal may spare this small animal, and then what happens is, as soon as the danger is past, this is all nature's doing. Nature is the first mother, and this is how nature functions. And so what nature will do is, it will make the animal freeze, and as soon as the danger is past, now this little animal revives and it runs away. Something like this happens with very small children also. So very small children, they live in a family atmosphere where sometimes things become extremely stressful. What happens is, there are too many arguments, there are property disputes, there is maybe discord between the parents, there could be a grandmother and a mother who don't have a cordial relationship between them, and so there's an angry exchange of words all the time. There are angry exchanges between the father and the mother. It could be one of many situations, but let's just look at the position of that small child. That little child is like that small animal. So what does it do? What can it do? That's the question. It can do one of three things. So now it can fight. Okay, but do we think that a little child can fight? It cannot. It's a helpless, dependent child. The child cannot fight back. It cannot fight. And so what is the next option? Flight. So can that little child leave the house and run away somewhere? Can it take flight? Of course it cannot. It cannot. It is completely dependent on the parents. And so what happens? It is the third option, freeze. So the child sort of freezes. That information is frozen inside the child. All those angry it could be anything. It's not only angry exchange of words. It could be a financial condition. It could be a disease. It could be, lack of self-worth, where the father has failed to achieve much, and the mother too is just she wanted to do many things, but she couldn't do. There are so many of these situations. So this little child has, actually, within that frozen state, that little child is carrying a lot of information, and all that information will at some point in life come out. It will become a part of this child's adult experience, and then this child will have to actually take care of it and deal with it.